He never trusted words, so he buried them in frames, in colors, in the spaces between sound. He learned to speak without ever opening his mouth, to feel without ever explaining why. Because words, they always broke before they could mean anything. So he became silence, a voice hidden in shadows. Silent ink is what leaks out when silence can't hold it anymore. A voice that shouldn't exist, finally heard.
He never trusted language, every word cut like a blade. So he drowned inside the pages of the stories that he made. He carved his quiet heartbreak into shadows on the wall. In the paintings of his silence, you can hear his soul call. Every time he tries to open up, his voice turns into dust, but his hands speak in a rhythm that he knows he has to trust. So he bleeds it, silent ink, speaks in colors you can't see, builds a world from broken mirrors where his truth can finally breathe. He talks in frames of cinema, lets the darkness be his guide. He hates the weight of every word, but they tremble from inside. And now he writes this song, 'cause he can't escape the things he's felt for so long. He hides his fears in movies, turns his wounds to silver light, letting every quiet moment say the things he couldn't write. His heartbeat is a language made of storms he can't control, a designer of emotions who can't speak what's in his soul. And when his truth begins to rise, it burns against his skin. But the art he makes in darkness is the place he lets you in. So he bleeds in silent ink, speaks in colors you can't see, builds a world from broken mirrors where his truth can finally breathe. He talks in frames in cinema, lets the darkness be his guide. He hates the weight of every word, but they tremble from inside. And now he writes this song to free the things he's carried in the shadows for so long. He's a quiet storm unfolding, a whisper turned to flame. All the feelings he's been hiding now are calling out his name. He thought silence made him empty, but it taught him how to feel. Every story that he ever made was the part of him that's real. So he bleeds in silent ink, lets his darkness turn to gold, sings the things he never said, lets the truth take its control. For the first time he's not running, he's not scared of being wrong. He hated every word before, but now he breathes them in this song. I was born with loud thoughts and a quiet tongue, a mind full of storms that never learned how to run. Every time I try to write, the letters turn to smoke. My truth slips through my fingers like a language I broke. I hate the pen, it exposes every wound I hide. It drags my demons out and lays them right beside every failed attempt to speak. Every night I stayed silent, every word I swallowed, 'cause my heart felt violent. But I'm tired of carrying ghosts inside my chest, tired of choking on the things I never confess. So here I am, ink trembling in the dark, trying to carve out a voice from the ruins of my heart. If this sounds messy, that's exactly what I am. A boy who never learned to speak, who now bleeds through his hands. I tell my story in colors, 'cause words never stay true. I bury my meaning in images, 'cause that's all I knew. Painting was my safe place, a world where I could hide. Cinema was my language, when speaking felt like suicide. Styling my sorrow, masking it with art, creating beauty to distract from the cracks in my heart. But the silence got heavier, the truth grew sharp, and suddenly the canvas couldn't hold the dark. So I forced myself to write, though it never felt like home. Chasing a voice I've never truly owned. So here I am, ink trembling in the dark, trying to carve out a voice from the ruins of my heart. If this sounds messy, that's exactly what I am. A boy who never learned to speak, who now bleeds through his head. So if this song feels heavy, it's because I finally let go. I wrote the things I never said, the things I never showed. This is not art, this is not style. This is the truth I feared the most, written down for the first time in a while. I'm bad with letters, they betray me every time. The moment I try to write, the feelings cross the line. My tongue turns heavy, my hands don't know the flow, so I paint in shadows everything I never show. Brushstrokes on my canvas, that's where my truth lies. Frames and moving pictures, that's how my heart confides. I speak in colors, in silence, in broken light and smoke, but never in these sentences, never in what I wrote. And it kills me how I'm drowning in thoughts I can't set free. I never liked the pen, it never liked me back, but tonight I'm tearing pages just to put my feelings on track. So here I am, writing with hands that shake, trying to give you words I'm terrified to make. All my contradictions bleeding on this song, a language I don't speak, but I'm needed for so long. If my voice breaks, let it break for you. This ink never spoke, but tonight it'll tell the truth. Cinema frames in my head, that's how I confess. Every emotion is a scene I fail to express. Styling my fears in colors, dressing up my hate, hiding behind visuals, cause words always break. I'm sculpting my silence, carving out my pain, trying to say I love you without sounding insane. I'm a puzzle with no captions, a storm without a name, but this song is my surrender. It's my fire, it's my shame. Yeah, it haunts me how the truth lives in art but dies when I speak. But I'm here with this melody pulling me through. If I fail to write the words, let the music tell you. So here I am, writing with hands that shake, trying to give you words I'm terrified to make. All my contradictions bleeding on this song, a language I don't speak, but I've needed for so long. Else my nights breaks, let it break for you. This ink never spoke, but tonight it'll tell the truth. I hate writing letters, but I'm writing you my soul. I hate choosing phrasing, but with you I lose control. Every stroke I ever painted, screaming out your name. But tonight the ink is louder, tonight I'm not the same. So take this song as proof.